Good morning, everyone. I want to provide you with another economic stimulus update and give you some details as to everything that is in the HEALS Act. And I'm going to give you some feedback, my opinion to it, some of the feedback from the media and what they're saying about it, and give you something that is surprisingly in the bill that is kind of weighing it down and shouldn't be there. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about all that coming up next. Hello everyone, my name is Paul Zachary Shelton Jr. and I am the Chief Investment Officer of Ward Shore Advisors. We are a wealth and investment management firm located in Orlando, Florida with clients all across the United States. If this is your first time coming to my channel or seeing one of my videos, I ask that you please hit the subscribe button, please ring the bell so that you can get an update each time I post a new video. And lastly, please like and share this video to help me increase the financial literacy of our globe. So we know yesterday that Senator Mitch McConnell unveiled his HEALS Act, which is his answer for the recession that we're in right now and the pandemic that we are dealing with. So there's some good things in there, and then there's some things that are just kind of like trashy, honestly. So I'm gonna give you some details about what's in there, as well as I'm gonna play a video for you so you can get some of the other feedback across Congress and across the media. So first off, the total package adds up to about $1 trillion. And in that, there is unemployment aid that will be provided, but it's going to be provided at a reduced rate of $200 as opposed to the $600 federal bonus that was given as of now. So it's going to be a reduction of $400. And then in addition to that, at the state level, the states will be pulling back their aid to match 70% of what your wages were prior to unemployment. So that's how that's going to be handled. There will be direct payments of $1,200 per adult and $500 per dependent. So the way that works out is just like it did last time under the CARES Act. A family of 5 would receive $3,900. And the income requirements are very similar to they were under the CARES Act as well, with $75,000 being the income phase out. So anything above $75,000, you'll start to see a phase out or a reduction of that $1,200 stimulus up to $99,000 for individuals and up to $198,000 for joint filers. One difference from the CARES Act is that adult dependents over the age 16 will receive $500. So this plan is more advantageous towards helping everyone. I believe this will add assistance for an additional 26 million people roughly in the US that were omitted during the CARES Act. So that is a very positive thing. On the business front, businesses that have lost more than 50% of their revenue and with 300 or fewer employees will receive a second PPP loan that is forgivable. So that is significant. Many businesses that are struggling right now, and this is really hitting on towards businesses that have been severely harmed by the shutdown. So those that have 300 employees or less and that have seen over a 50% reduction in their revenue since the beginning of the pandemic are eligible for a forgivable loan, essentially free money in the form of PPP. Next thing in there is $16 billion will be used for testing with the emphasis on schools, employers, child care facilities, and nursing homes. $26 billion will be used for development and distribution of vaccines and therapeutics and diagnostics, which is very important because if we never get a vaccine or if we never satisfy the health reasons related to our current economic recession, we'll continue to be in this forever. One of the things that they mentioned is that they wanted liability protection for businesses, so that was included in the bill. And one other thing that was surprisingly in the bill, there's $1.75 billion that was allocated to build a new FBI headquarters. And this is something that the president wanted in the bill, and this was part of his negotiation tactics. I don't see how that's important or relevant to stimulate the economy other than just a construction project. I don't know the state of the current FBI headquarters, and they may need nearly $2 billion just to keep going. I highly disagree and don't believe that $2 billion or roughly $2 billion is needed right now to allocate towards a new building for the FBI when you could use $2 billion to help people that are homeless on the street have shelter.
Senate Republicans' $1 trillion opening bid for a new stimulus package cuts enhanced unemployment benefits by 2/3, which means that more than 25 million Americans would see the extra bump in their checks cut from $600 to $200 a week. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, though, signals that this is going to be a fight.
Senate Republicans have presented us with a half-hearted, half-baked legislative proposal. In short, the Republican plan is too little, too late.
So Phil Mattingly's been covering this. He's out front on Capitol Hill. So, Phil, this is setting the stage for a massive fight, right? I mean, they are not even close, and obviously these expire this week. So where's this headed?
Yeah, look, it's a convergence of several events that don't necessarily look good for actually getting something done within the course of 1 week. Democrats have their own $3 trillion proposal on unemployment specifically. They want to extend the $600 benefit through the end of the year. Obviously, Republicans in a very different place on that, and that's just one of a myriad of items where they are very, very far apart. Now, the big question is, what can Democrats in the administration start to work towards some type of path on it? We should find out shortly. Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Senator Schumer are in Pelosi's office right now, meeting with Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. This is the first real meeting they've had since a Republican proposal has been presented. But there's no question about it, Aaron. There's a lot of work to do and such little time to actually do it. Real questions right now whether there's any chance they can stop those benefits from lapsing at the end of this week.
And the bill, though, doesn't have those benefits, but it does have a $1.75 billion new FBI building in it. Would seem inappropriate to be putting pork in a bill like this, but that's what we see.
Yeah, this has actually been something that's been a major flashpoint of Republican negotiations over the course of the last several days between the White House and Senate Republicans. And if you want to know how Senate Republicans really feel about it, take a listen to what Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell had to say.
Well, with regard to that proposal, obviously we had to have an agreement with the administration in order to get started. And they'll have to answer the question of why they insisted on that provision.
Now, the Majority Leader is not very loose with his words, but he has very clear intent with what he's saying there, which is this was the administration's proposal. The administration tried to force this proposal into these negotiations, I'm told, multiple times over the course of the last several weeks. Senator Lindsey Graham, the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, said earlier today, I just don't know why we're doing this.
So that's my personal opinion on that. And I don't think that you should weigh down an economic stimulus plan when you have so many people that are unemployed right now, so many people that are hurting financially, looking for jobs, and people that are unable to work, possibly because of disability or anything like that. And you're slowing down an economic stimulus bill, and you slow down negotiations just so that we can get $1.75 billion for a new FBI headquarters. Let me know your thoughts and your comments on that, but I don't think that's extremely relevant at all. Additionally, where we are right now, it's time for the Democrats and the Republicans to really sit down and start negotiating. The HEROES Act, which was passed by the Democrats in the House of Representatives, is not dead. It's still alive, it's still active, and they're going to be pulling from that and telling the senators and the Republicans, hey, the things that we asked for in this bill, we think they're important that you should provide. Additionally, in the HEROES Act, or we should come together and have something, a significant compromise in the middle. However, the biggest problem that we'll see going forward is as negotiations drag out and as Democrats and Republicans both dig their heels in to be steadfast on what they really want, it's just going to make the situation economically worse in this country. The longer it takes for them to get something signed into law, the more people we're going to have hurting financially. As we all know, the unemployment as it is right now will end, has ended, I should say, on this past Saturday, the 25th. The last checks are supposed to go out at the end of this month. So we're in a situation where there will be many households that will see a significant reduction in income in the next week or so. We've had a significant amount of people that have not been able to make mortgage payments, to make those rent payments on the 1st of May, the 1st of June, the 1st of July. And now with those eviction moratoriums rolling off, there's a high possibility and high probability that we may see a spike in the homelessness in this country. And that would be at a horrible time to see that as we're planning to head back to school in most jurisdictions around this country. So how is that going to really impact those houses, those families, those children that are going to be dealing with the stress of finances, the stress of being dislocated from what they know and trying to go back to school in a different pandemic style atmosphere? There's so much to think about, but majority of Congress is really just dragging their feet on getting the deal done, and they're not really paying attention to who the deal is for. They're not being true fiduciaries and handling the responsibility of what Congress and what the White House should be doing to serve the citizens of this country. If you have any questions about anything that I mentioned or anything that I said in this video, please leave your comments below. Give me your thoughts. Let me know how you feel about everything that's going on, how you feel about the HEALS Act. And as more details come out about the HEALS Act, I will continue to provide you with updates and more narration and give you the lowdown and the nitty-gritty on everything that's really going on and all the little nuances like this FBI headquarters that is drafted into the bill about all of that essentially crap. So if this is your first time to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. Please ring the bell so that you can get an update each time I upload a new video. And lastly, please like and share this video to help me increase the financial literacy of our globe. Thank you so much and have a great day.